This is the ultimate guide to charms in CS2. Today I'm going to cover how to figure out the price, how to figure out the patterns, which patterns are different, which sites to use, the past sale history. Everything you need to know about charms is going to be summarized in this video. Let's get into it. This video is sponsored by Skins Monkey. If you've been looking to trade out your old boring skins for new ones, Skins Monkey is the place. By clicking the link in the description, you'll get a 35% deposit bonus when depositing with cash and crypto, and up to a free $5 bonus on your first trade. So be sure to click that link. Skins Monkey also has the freebies tab where they run 24/7 giveaways that are completely free to join with crazy skins. And if you're looking to actually get your hands on some good skins, Skins Monkey is the quickest way to do it. So be sure to get that free $5 and 35% deposit bonus now, trading your CSGO skins with that link at the top of the description. First off, checking different pattern IDs. Obviously, these charms change a lot depending on the pattern. 20k can be completely different than 30k, so on and so forth. And there's a couple different ways to check them and kind of differentiate between what a 17,000 and a 19,000 or something would look like. This site is called CS2charms.site. Just some random dude made it, so shout out to him. And let me find a good charm. This is a very basic work in progress, and I'm sure he's gonna, make this a lot more straightforward. But with the diecast AK, for example, he actually shows you the actual hue. You don't even have to inspect it in game. Just shows you the hue depending on what the pattern is. See how different like a 90k and 100k is, and then a 0 and a 10k. That's completely different colors right there. So CS2charms.site is a very helpful starter to kind of look between patterns and kind of compare them. But what do you do to figure out the actual prices? That's another whole thing. We'll start by going to buff.163.com. Chinese website. You aren't going to be buying or selling on here, but it is going to give you a good idea of if your charm is worth overpay. So we'll look at this titanium op for starters. The base price, or just the cheapest ones that are being sold, are, I think these are green. They don't really look that green, but I think that's what they quantify them as. As you could see, the golds are instantly starting at $10 overpay, and it's going to vary a lot between the pattern, and you'll have to take a look at your specific pattern if you have one. But just flat out, this thing being gold instantly gets it $10 overpay. So you might not have even known this. And then we've got other colors as well. We got blue, gets it like $2 overpay. Then we got purple as well, which also gets it like $10, $11 overpay, if not more. This guy might just be selling it for dirt cheap. Also on buff, sure, you could sort by different colors, but are people actually selling at those crazy prices? Yes, we could actually go to the trade records as well. We can hover over this and we could see this pink or purple one, whatever you want to quantify that as, has sold for $49 earlier today. And yeah, there's some crazy other ones as well. This one sold for $70, a very nice gold pattern. Another one here, this one sold for $35 with a dark purple, like 90,000 pattern. So you could get a good idea of the range of where these things super low versus super high are going to sell at. And you could check past sale history. This is the best site I would use to do it. Another site that I'll link in the description, but isn't too helpful because it's pretty much just the same as the CS2 Charm site, is it's not a site actually, it's just a Google Doc made by a guy that covers the very important patterns, of course, for different charms, and it tells you the actual ranges between them. So if you aren't sure if yours is light blue or cyan, you could actually see it on here and then sort by that range on buff, see which ones have sold on or rather in that price range. And yeah, it goes over all the charms. So this is pretty helpful as well. I will link it. I'm sure you guys could find some value in it as well if you aren't 100% sure what your charm is worth. But of course, the actual pattern ID, well, the pattern ID does make the charm worth a lot more, but there is specific, extremely rare cases. There is 100,000 different pattern IDs, as we saw earlier in this video. And there is certain exceptions where ones or some sell for a lot more than others. For example, this pattern ID 1. If you somehow unbox this, dude, you unbox something absolutely insane. And I would honestly hold on to it. But pattern ID 1, it's a 1 in 100,000 chance to get one of these. If you have different rare pattern IDs, like an 88888, did I say 5/8? It's 5/8. One of those sold for a lot more money as well. I don't know how many 8s I said there, but like this one, it does look cool. It is purple, and purple ones get overpaid, but this one's also 5/8, so somebody probably paid a lot more for that as well. And I think 141 for that is actually really cheap, but just another thing to keep in mind while selling your charms. If you have one that's super low patterns, for most of the charms, it's going to get massive overpay. This is actually really cheap. Well, I don't want to say really cheap, but it's definitely underpriced compared to what some other patterns, even around the 1,000 range, have sold for this semi-precious. So there's a lot of Twitter posts on these different things. Let me, these are the only three I have up right now, but number one, I would just check the trade history on Buff, and that's going to give you the best price range of what your charm is actually worth. Now, of course, as I always say with these charms as well, CS update. As I always say with these charms as well, there's going to be a lot more of them coming into the game. Unlike an operation where a lot of people are just going to be spending their stars and you could only earn a set amount of stars during an operation, you can earn infinite stars here. The longer people play the game, the longer these are going to be in the shop for, the more people are going to be spending the stars, especially since there is currently around a 250 to 300% ROI on these small arms charms. So it literally makes people wanting to spend stars on these, and that obviously is not going to last forever. They're going to start selling for cheaper. The rare patterns, I think, will still be worth more than the other ones, but everything, all charms as a whole, are going to come down in price. So that is something to consider. Whether that means you want to sell right away and you find a price you're comfortable at selling with, that's up to you. But just realize there's going to be more supply coming in and a lot of it. We already have 120,000 plus of these Deagles just to show you guys. And those cost 25 stars. Now that these are so cheap, people are probably going to be rotating in, buying these charms and stuff like that. And that's going to lead to a lot more supply. So those rare patterns could potentially stand out a lot still. But overall, charms are going to be coming down in price. So do keep that in mind. So yeah, I think that's all we really have to cover with charms. As always, all of this will be linked at the top of the description, so be sure to check it out for yourselves, whether you're buying or just want to figure out which charm you actually want to get. And yeah, it's a cool site right here. Shows you the exact pattern and very helpful. Check out Skins Monkey as well, free $5 bonus. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.